your girl is back from Hey On Wye, and of course I've got a book haul. Hi, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie, these are some of my books and I'm here to bring you a Hey On Wye book haul. So firstly, I want to talk about the little things that I got from Hey On Wye that aren't necessarily, well, one is bookish, but it's not a book. And the other is obviously just I've been to Hey On Wye. So the first thing I got was this beautiful magnet. Whenever I go away, I don't care if it's within the country or not, I always get a fridge magnet because I like to put them on my fridge and remind of places I've been. I've never really travelled much until I've met my other half, and I say travelled, I mean around the UK. So we were super excited like that we could get a bookmark, so I did pick up that. And the other thing, bookmark, magnet, Katie, she's still tired from the trip. The other thing I got was a pin badge, and it says I'd rather be reading. Now I was going to put this on my work lanyard, but I've decided against that, but I think it'd look really cute somewhere. I am going to put it on something. Like, I might even put it on one of my backpacks when I'm going out. You know, when you've got to be an adult in life. So yeah, I just saw the pin badge and like, I don't care if I never wear it, I need that pin badge in my life. But yeah, they're the like small things I got. The rest of the things I'm about to talk about now are the books that I bought. So I have gone on and on about the fact I've been going to Hey On Wye. Any of my content you will see, I mean, the whole vlog will have gone out by now. Not to mention the fact that I've talked about it in my reading vlogs, on my TikTok, on my Insta, it's everywhere. I am obsessed, and yeah. So I did go on a bit of a buying spree. I am super excited to talk about it because, you know, I am now on a book buying ban, and there will be another video coming at some point of me reorganising my bookshelf because I am going to have a serious unhaul after this. Because I've come to the conclusion that I was looking through books and going, I'm buying them for the sake of it, I'm buying it because they're like BookTok favourites. So I'm doing an unhaul, guys. I'm going to film it when I get there. But let's talk about the books for now that I got from Hey On Wye. So rather fitting is I got a bookmark from the first shop I visited, and that is Richard Booth's bookshop. Now, I am a Booth. I've openly talked about that, to be fair. But obviously everyone's like, oh, are you related? I'm like, no, but you know, he is the king of Hay, made himself that way. Quite a funny story. And I absolutely love this shop to the point that I went in both days. I didn't come out with a book both days, but the first day I went in, I was like a kid at Christmas. You'll have seen in the previous video, my other half was fantastic at getting footage for me. So yeah, so I actually got 4 books from that first shop. And that shop was amazing. It had new books and it had second-hand books. It was several floors and it was just, yeah. Look at the vlog. I will tag it up here because, yeah, there were so many books. So the first book I got was Skin Deep by Liz Nugent. Now, I loved Strange Sally Diamond, and I've actually been looking for these books, and I am picking them up on the 99p Kindle deals. So I do want to read the rest of the backlog. I really enjoyed Strange Sally Diamond. The ending didn't quite give it the 5 that I wanted, but it was still really enjoyable, and I really loved Sally as a character, so I was very intrigued because I've heard a lot of people rate Liz Nugent's writing as general. Now, I haven't actually read anything on this, so yeah. I mean, winner of the crime novel of the year sounds a really good start, so I probably will start chipping away at these over the next few months. I know I've only just bought them, but like I said, I am unhauling some of the books I don't intend to read, and they will be going in this bookcase here. So that is the exciting news that, yeah, that is book 1. I haven't read anything on any of these books, so we'll just go with the flow, but yeah, that is book 1. Book 2 that I picked up was Unravelling Oliver by Liz Nugent. Now, you'll start to see the theme pretty quickly. This is actually, surprisingly, I didn't just drop that, a really thin book. I do actually own this on my Kindle and got it in the 99p there. Katie's doing well. Can you tell she's tired? I got this in the 99p Kindle deals for April, so I probably will bump this up my TBR quite quickly. It's a short book, but yeah, I expected more of a reaction than the first time I hit her. I'm not reading any more than that. Intriguing. But yeah, so I saw this, and again, I've already said about when I was talking about Skin Deep that I kind of want to read Liz Nugent's backlist, so it would be silly of me not to find them. And I don't know if anyone else feels this, but they've been on my Amazon wish list, but they're actually no more different in price to the store that I got these from. And obviously you're supporting independent bookshops at this point. And also they're different covers on Amazon, and I actually wanted to find the OG ones because I really, really want them to match my Strange Sally Diamond copy. And just in general, I really love the covers of these books, and I wanted the OG. So when I saw these, I was obviously super excited and had to pick this one up too. Now, I said you'll notice a theme. So the next book I got from said bookshop was Our Little Cruelties by Liz Nugent. Again, I already own this on my Kindle. It was 99p in March. And yeah, you can see the theme going here. I love these covers. I love that they're all different colours, so it's very easily identifiable. But this is 3 brothers are at a funeral and one lies in the coffin. Will, Brian and Luke grow up competing for their mothers and equal love. As men, the competition continues for status, money, fame, women. They betray each other over and over until one of them is murdered. I mean, I like a good thriller and I really enjoy Liz Nugent's writing, so yeah. So there'll probably be a video coming at some point because this is Liz Nugent's backlist. As far as I'm aware, the books that I own now are the ones that, like, literally, yeah. So that's all I've got to say. I mean, this video is going well because I haven't read anything on them. I've seen the author, got very, very giddy in the store and picked them all up at once. So yeah, I was like a kid at Christmas in Hay on Wye, what can I say? Last one from this particular bookstore, and it probably comes as no shock, is Lying in Wait by Liz Nugent. So this is the last book I picked up. They literally had every single one of Liz Nugent's, I believe. Please feel free to correct me if I've got that completely wrong. But yeah, so Lydia lives in the perfect house with her adoring husband and beloved son. There is just one thing Lydia craves to make her life complete, and she is determined that her husband will get it for her. The last thing she expects is that her obsession will lead to murder. Now, you guys know I love a good murder, so I'm obviously going to enjoy this book. So yeah, again, I haven't actually got this one on my Kindle. So I've got Our Little Cruelties and Unravelling Oliver. So I'm very much looking forward to getting stuck into those. And then obviously the other one, Skin Deep, I haven't also got on my Kindle. But they seem to be coming up at 99p each month. So I'm just going to keep chipping away at these. I am very excited to read Liz Nugent's backlist. It is an unexpected backlist I didn't think I would be picking up this year. So watch out, guys. I will put up another poll. John Mars is taking some time, guys. He has a lot of books. So yeah, I have now completed my Liz Nugent collection. This video is becoming chaotic, but I'm not even going to edit out the mistakes. It just proves that booktube is not that easy. But yeah, so I will be working through this backlist. These are going to go in this bookcase once I've sorted it, but again, you'll just have to look out for that video. But that is the last book I got from Richard Boo's bookshop. But guys, look at the previous video. I am obsessed with that bookshop. I went in twice and Kieran filmed so much footage for me because I was in absolute awe of the store. Now, I knew of this store before I went to Hay on Wye, but obviously I think it is like a must for a thriller girly, and I did go to the Murder and Mayhem store. I will try and get a snippet of the store and put it up on the screen, but this is literally full of horror and thriller books. Now, my heaven. Again, I went in twice. I only bought one book from this store. You'll see from the footage in the previous video that it was quite a chaotic, like, looking store, but I kind of loved that. It was a very small store. I think it needs to be bigger. That store does not do the justice of how good it is. Like, I wish they had bigger establishments because their book quality was phenomenal. They had like a lot of J.D. Kirk. They had a lot of Harlan Coben, all your big authors. Yeah, they had so many good books in there. Now, I came across an author that I've never actually come across before, and I picked up 7 Days by Robert Rutherford. Now, this very much gives me vibes of 13 by Steve Kavanagh, purely by the front cover. However, it's very similar. It's like a bit of a legal thriller that basically the main character's dad is on death row. He has a week to live and she basically has a week to save his life. Everyone wants him gone because he's committed a crime, but has he really done it? Now, I'm intrigued by stuff like this. I really, really enjoyed 13. That started my Steve Kavanagh obsession. And yeah, that's basically how it went. And I'm very much looking forward to picking this one up. It honestly caught me, and this store actually was very reasonably priced. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was cheap. Not in a bad way. Like, obviously your indie bookstores have to charge retail price. It's the only way they can survive, and I like to support my indie bookstores. That being said, when I went in Murder and Mayhem, this was £4.95. Brand new. So I could not complain in the slightest, and yeah, very much looking forward to reading this one. It's going in this bookcase since it's like a Steve Cav, and let's see if that starts another obsession. Now, the last store I went to was actually Gay on Wye, and they were shut on day one due to illness, so I was devastated because that store looked fascinating. Again, I'm going to put a picture up on the screen so you guys can see. My other half did get footage of me going in, and I did end up talking to a guy there who worked there, and I actually had a particular copy of a book in my hand, which I will tell you the story when I talk about that book. I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. But what I did notice in there was Delilah Green Doesn't Care. Now, I was looking through the books and I spotted this one and another one, and I thought I owned this one. So me being me, obviously, it went on my Amazon wish list because I know for a fact I was missing book 1 in the series, and it happened to be this one. So I went back in and bought it. The guy in there, I think his name was Tom, was super helpful. He searched it up. He could even tell me that there's a 4th book coming out in May, I mean. But yeah, he was so chatty and so lovely. That store left me so wholesome. It was actually the last store I visited before I had to come home. So yeah, so this is book 1 in a series. I've got the other 2. And I'm very much looking forward to getting stuck into these. I've not really read much on it. I think they're romances. I'm not going to read anything on it because I don't like to do that with a romance, but I actually left the start and came back because Signal in Hay on Wye was not that cracking, which is great because plenty more reading. But yeah, I just wanted to search to make sure I wasn't duplicating a book. So I have now completed my series and I can actually start thinking about picking these up in the future. Now, I picked up a particular book in this store, and that is when the guy that was working there, Tom, spoke to me. So I picked up The Betrayal of Thomas True. Now, you guys know I've already read this book and I did really enjoy it. I did a Q&A with AJ, which is already on my channel. I will pin that up here if you do want to see it. And I did really, really enjoy the book at the time. This is definitely a trophy copy. Now, you see this and go, this looks cute. Wait for it. This sprayed edge is stunning. Now, I never buy a hardback, and I was like, but the sprayed edge, and it's actually smaller, and in comparison to it's the same size as a paperback, so I'm not going to complain. But little did I know, and my other half just missed recording this. Oh, I forgot you put a bookmark in there. When I opened it, she says, what is going on here? When you open it up and see that. My mouth was on the floor. Kieran literally went, I've just turned the camera off, Katie, why did you? And I was like, I wasn't expecting a signed edition in Gay on Wye. And then the guy literally went to me, oh, that's an amazing book. So me went, oh, it's a trophy copy. I loved it. Did a Q&A with him. He's the best guy ever. And the guy went, oh yeah, he just interviewed me last week for his new book. I'm like, excuse me, they're like best mates. So I spent absolutely ages talking to this guy about AJ West and just general books. And it was the most wholesome experience that I've like ever come across. And this cost me £15, guys. It cost me a standard hardback price. And it's got sprayed edge and it's signed. It was my find of the day. I could talk about it for ages. Like, the one thing I will say, when I went to Hay on Wye, that guy in Gay on Wye was absolutely amazing. Like, he chatted to you, he helped you, he wanted to talk about books. You could tell he loved them as much as I did. And as much as all the other bookstores were absolutely phenomenal, the other people in the shop weren't really all forthcoming for talking to you. And like, that guy just left me feeling so wholesome when I went home, that like I was so giddy and happy. Obviously that I'd found that book, but that the love he had for books was there. He followed me on TikTok. He was like, oh, what's your handle? I'll follow you. And I'm like, whoa. Like, I could talk about that guy for ages. Like, this particular book is like, yeah. I've already posted on my Insta about this book, but yeah, I am going to tag Gay on Wye in this and post like that I've posted this video, because I just want to say thank you to him, because he made me leaving Hay on Wye feeling absolutely amazing and wholesome. It was the best customer service, the best store, and then he even informed me that we can support them from where I'm from. So I am 4 hours away from Hay on Wye, but I would support that bookshop. Their bookshop was absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, so bookshop.org is, yeah. I mean, there's a little QR code on this thing, and I would continue to go on, but they had the best range of books. And AJ West obviously had been in and signed this book, and yeah, they'll just chat to you all day about books. I wasn't the only customer he spoke to, and it was just wholesome. So they will be getting tagged so that they can come and find this video. But yeah, that was The Betrayal of Thomas True, which turned into a 3-minute chat, but that book was the best part of Hay on Wye. It was a trophy copy of a book and a very, very unexpected find. So that is the book haul from Hay on Wye. I actually surprised myself in how little I bought, but I did refrain from buying because I do need to unhaul, and I do need to just be a little bit more careful with my buying. That being said, let me know in the comments, have you read any of these books? You know, which should I prioritise? Obviously, I've already read The Betrayal of Thomas True. I feel like Liz Nugent might be quite high up my list, But yeah, if you haven't visited Hay on Wye, guys, I strongly recommend you do. There are so many places. I literally was staying in a B&B in the like bang centre of Hay on Wye. Like I was a 2-second walk from the bookshops. It was absolutely amazing. We didn't need to drive anywhere. Everything was local and it was absolutely fabulous. So if you've loved this and you've loved all of my other videos and you haven't yet, click that subscribe button. I am obsessed with filming booktubes at the moment, so look out for more content. But thank you for joining me on yet another video.